Good morning, Angus. How are you today?
That's a good Scottish name, Bonnie.
It is, and I have to say, if there wasn't this pandemic, trust me, I would be getting on a plane to go to Scotland because my son is studying in Ireland. So we had a nice trip planned, but we'll get there. But
Yeah.
Angus, I want to congratulate you on this film. It's so wonderful. Before we dive into Robert the Bruce, can you even believe that it's 25 years since Braveheart? I just cannot believe it.
Well, I can. I've got the grey hairs and the rickety old knees and all of the ailments that go with 25 years later.
Okay, well, you wouldn't know that, to be honest, watching you in this wonderful new film. And I wanted to ask you why you chose now to revisit this character. I love that you did that.
Well, he's always been with me. It was really one of the best, I think, if not the best role I've ever been given. But the story was half told in some way, so I felt somewhat of a duty to attempt to uh, to finish the tale, which is how this man struggled to gain independence and freedom for the Scots and for Scotland. So it took me 13 years, 14 years to get the film actually made, which is twice as long as it took him to gain independence for Scotland. So that's telling you something.
Yeah, totally amazing. And I love the approach that you took with the film too, because it's very interesting to me because Braveheart was very much a film that glorified war and violence. You took a very different focus in Robert the Bruce. Tell me a little bit about that and why we get to see him in this vein.
Well, that is the story. Is that this is the rise of a powerful aristocratic man who's well connected, who has great ambitions and uses his power to try and solidify it, but it's all at the expense of the dirt poor, ordinary men and women and children of Scotland. And he has a great fall, and he actually comes to see that he's what the consequences of violence, that all of these he ends up in a with a dirt poor family, trying to recover from the battles he's lost, and these are the widows and the orphans of men who fought for Wallace and the Bruce. So it was a story. I mean, I know you have violence in movies, but I really am not one for. I feel like there should be some kind of somebody should stand outside a cinema after one of these action movies and like hit each person coming out so they remember this is what a real blow feels like, just because you don't want to be going and like punching somebody and murdering somebody because of what you just saw in there, where people seem to be able to survive the most insane brutality. I'm not a fan of all of that. So it's just a choice you make, really, and that was the choice for this.
I am so with you on that. We would get along just fine, Angus. I'm telling you. I so agree with you 100% on this. And I wanted to know too, watching you in this film, was it very easy to slip back into the character? I know you said that it's been with you, obviously, for forever, but it's a tough role. The conditions that you shot in, the cold. Listen, I'm Canadian. I can take the cold. I was shivering watching this film. Come on,
Yeah.
really.
I'm actually Scots, so I can take the cold too. I love it more than the heat. But that was not the case with a lot of the people on the shoot. But yeah, it was the most brutal shoot I've ever been on. But very conducive to the story because everybody was actually going through what it would have. There was no acting required. So it was actually a good thing. And what was the question?
No, just about slipping right back into the character, also putting on the costumes,
Yeah.
everything. I think it was a tougher shoot now than it was 25 years ago.
Well, it's interesting revisiting somebody who's like, older. So, I mean, it was like getting a pair of old slippers out and going, oh, I used to wear those. And you put them on, and they actually, like, oh, No problem. I actually the day before realized, oh, I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow, or before the first day, and it's like, what was the voice? And I couldn't remember. And then I just like forgot about it and went to set and just it just came, you know.
It's really wonderful, honestly. It's such a and the co-stars Jared Harris, Patrick Fugit. I mean, what a great film. I just wanted to thank you for your time this morning, and thank you for the film. It's really wonderful, and I love that you're revisiting this character. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for everything.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for your kind words.
Oh, you're so welcome. Have a great rest of your day, my friend.
Thank you. You too. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, bye bye.